Howdy, Jeffrey. Welcome to the Texas Book Club. Your book, The Former Hero, um, is an interesting title. Why a former hero? Why not a current?
Well, the story starts out with a hero of sorts, a superhero who has lost his powers, and so he lives out, in the course of the book, he lives his life out as a normal man who once was a real hero. And so the psychology that, the particular psychology of being a former hero I thought was very interesting. Having once been a great thing, a celebrity and the savior of the world, to be brought down to being normal like everyone else again, and how you cope with that kind of demotion in your status as a human being.
But he really isn't a former hero in your book, is he?
Well, that's correct. You find out as you read along and follow his story, which is one of several narrative threads that moves through the book, that he discovers to his horror that he never was a superhero, and actually he was in a state of a delusion, and that he created the hero narrative for himself as a kind of defense mechanism because of certain very severe past failures in his history. So, right, that's kind of the twist. About 2/3 of the way through that you discover.
Okay. So he's created himself as a hero. Your overall aspect is about superheroes. Why?
Well, when I first had the conception of the book, I was just doing a lot of thinking about why are there so many superhero movies these days? And comics got big in the 40s and 50s and 60s, and it's just exploded since then. Comic book mythology accounts for some of the biggest money made in Hollywood because people just can't seem to get enough. And I read, like a lot of people, I read Campbell's book, Hero of a Thousand Faces, and discovered that the hero mythology transcends many cultures and times and places. And so I was thinking, what is it about heroes that we love so much? And I came up with a couple of things. One is that we all aspire to heroism, and this word gets tossed around. In 9/11, the firemen who ran into the buildings as they were still standing but trying to rescue people, they're called heroes. A police officer who does his job is called a hero, and we do use this word a lot in our culture. And I think it's overused, actually, and I'd like to see that word really applied in cases where we're not merely acting heroically, but what is a hero? Because I think there's a difference. So on one hand, we aspire to being heroes ourselves. We're inspired by the heroes in the comics and in the movies, and you might come out of a movie thinking that was great, and I wish I could do that. And we do even hear about characters in the news who dress up and do the vigilante thing. But the other thing is, I think we resonate with the idea of the superheroes because, or at least this is true in my case, because of a sense of craziness of our times and the sense that we really could use a hero. Certain forces that just seem overwhelming. They could be government forces. They could be corporate forces. But there are, or just forces of evil. There's terrorist organizations that we are very much aware of now, and in some senses they seem just overwhelming. That the evil that they present to us seems almost unstoppable. And what I really want is for a real superhero to come and fix these problems. And we don't have that. Why don't we have that? We have the villains. The villains are real. Where's the superhero? And so there is this sense of, of peril in all of us, I think, way deep down inside, this sense that the world is so broken with so many bad elements. I really wish that there was a solution for all these problems. And wouldn't it be great if it happened like it does in the comic books when a hero comes in and beats up the bad guys?
So does that happen in your book?
No, it doesn't. So the book is the book does traffic in this fantasy jargon of the hero lore, superhero lore and mythology. It is still very realistic in that there is no superhero that shows up, but there are people who act heroically. As I said, that's what we're left with right now is ordinary, even messed up people who find themselves in situations doing things that, in one way or another, that have marks of heroism. So it's an inspiring story in that sense. There are 4 main adult characters and 1 little girl, and each of the 4 adults had their moment of embodying, in some sense, the hero archetype.
Okay. Are you planning to do a sequel that involves more of your thought process as to finding a true hero, or?
I have started thinking about that. I have a couple of starts on a new book. Probably these are 2 scenes, vignettes, or characters who will appear in the second book and the sequel. But I don't have it worked out very far at all at this point. I tend to be one of those people who just starts with an idea and then lets the story go. I don't typically do the format or the outlining and character development beforehand. I tend to develop it as it goes.
So do you have other story ideas that you're planning on creating?
I have a number of short stories, and I think probably my next short-term publishing project will be to publish a collection of short stories. It'll be about 70, 80 pages, maybe contain 7 or 8 short stories, and I'm actually finishing up 1 short story now. I can collate those and have those published probably by fall of 2015, maybe by Christmas.
Great. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hopefully people will buy your book, and we'll see you soon.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you very much.